Hello, hello. Okay. Part 12 of me slowly going insane trying to stream my modeling process. All right, what do we have to do today? We were working on high poly versions. I remember that. Um, which is what we have here. All right, so we have this, which is all done. I think all this was done now. Yeah, that's done. That is, we got this all done. We did not do this one yet, so we can work on that. Okay, we can't multi-res before mirror, which is interesting. But we can apply the mirror and that's fine. And then we multi-res, it's not a big deal. Yeah. Hmm. However, multi-res does not work with creases. So we have to, yeah, we'll have to go and add creases wherever we actually want them to be. Which I mean isn't a big deal, but just kind of annoying. But this all should be fine. We have armor 1, 2, and 3. And we have this piece, which we want to separate out a bit more. Let's call this cloth 1. And we can separate out this to be cloth 2. Then this front piece to be cloth 3. The reason why we're splitting these up in this way is because when we bake our meshes, we want to make sure there's no other meshes in the same, like, that are going to interfere, because if this is over top of this, then it's going to bake, like this will be all dark under here because this is over top, so it covers it, and we don't want each individual mesh to be affecting it that much, because we'd rather just hand texture that. Let me make an announcement on my server because I haven't done that yet. Let's also restart the timer quick. Let me get the streaming link, the share link, I mean. Okay. Part 12. Cool. There we go. I mean, these are not round anymore. It's fine. Okay, so mesh 1, mesh 2. And actually, these can go with the belt because they're separated enough. There we go. So now we have the 3 different cloth meshes, and we can separate out the low poly to be the same. So here, you can separate out this, then these. As, was that 2 or 3? I think it was 2. Yeah, that was 2. This would be cloth 1. This is going to be cloth 2. And then cloth 1, we also separate out the front here. This is going to be cloth 3. But there's already cloth 3? No. Okay, cool. Oh. We didn't do the high prefix and low prefix. Alright, so cloth 1, high. Cloth 2, high. 3, high. There we go. We leave those just as the base name. Okay. So, what else do we need to do? Those should be fine. The bow we already did. Left shoulder. So let's take a look at this again quick. So this is all good. That's good. This is fine, except the normals are weird on this. We'll fix that. That's good. We're just making sure there's no overlapping meshes that are going to interfere. That's fine. This is fine. Fine, fine. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. So that should be all the armor done. And if we want to, we can start with texturing if we really want to, and doing and just starting the bakes to see if we want to change anything or do anything different. And I'm sure we'll find errors like here. These actually aren't circular anymore. They're slightly warped. I don't know how that happened. So we'll probably go back really quick and fix these, for example. But might as well just run the bake first because I'm sure there'll be other things to fix as well. And let's just do a once over to make sure our low polys and high polys are all matching. So armor 1. That matches pretty well. Looks good. Armor 2 high. Yep, that makes sense. Armor 3, just the boots there. Which, well, actually, we didn't do anything for these. So let's fix that. Let's just add a subdiv and add some extra geometry to some places to keep it nice and sharp. Otherwise, looks pretty good. Yeah, looks nice. The only thing I'm not sure about is this. Does that cause any weird? A little bit. It's better. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh, and then this right here as well. Um, hmm, yeah, it's probably good that we do something about this. Okay, that should be fine. We can check bodysuit. No, we know bodysuit's fine. We'll sculpt that later. Cloth 1. And bow we know is fine. Yep, that's fine. Okay, we just checked all the cloths, and then the left shoulder. There's no difference here, so we also work on that. We're just adding a couple sub divs to it. Honestly, that's fine. I don't think there's much to worry about. So, okay, cool. So we have the armor. What we will do now is show everything. We'll export the low poly armor as its own thing. And all the materials are correct already. We already set those. So we can export an FBX. And then let's have a new folder called substance. In substance, we're going to call this armor. Or let's call it darkness armor. And export with my preset I have. And I'll switch over to substance in a sec. So that's our darkness armor.fbx. And then we're going to hide that. For our high poly, we're going to export this again, but then call it darkness armor underscore high. I don't think the FBX name matters. We're just going to call it that so we know. Also, let's just make sure we don't have anything else selected. Darkness armor underscore high. Okay. So now that we did that, we can open substance and let's just start messing around with it. I doubt it's quite ready for substance, but I think we're at the point where it's easy enough to just, it'll be easier to find the things we need to change by just putting it in and taking a look rather than trying to find it preemptively. So let me add a new thing here, a new window for, let's put this back down and call this rename subs. No. Okay, I forgot I can't duplicate. Game capture, display capture. I just want window capture. There we go. We'll call this substance. And then we're going to put on Blender for now. But fit to screen. Okay, there we go. So that's fit to screen. And now I have substance open. Let's open up substance painter instead. Okay, cool. Let's put this down below. Okay. Cool. So now we are in Substance and we can do some cool stuff. So let's do a new Substance file. In terms of template, it doesn't really matter to be honest, but we will go with, let's see. Oh, you can't see this. Yeah, I'm just picking out like a default template. We'll just select the metallic roughness, but it doesn't really matter. All right, so I'm going to select our darkness low poly, our normal darkness armor export. I'm going to set it to 4K. I always work in 4K. Compute tension space per fragment, and I think that's all we care about. So we're going to color management here. Oh no, we don't care about that. sRGB is fine. Okay, and okay, so here is our low poly armor. We can go to texture settings, bake mesh maps, and here's our baking menu. This is in the newer version of Substance Painter, I believe. And we can set our output size to also be 4K. I have a good GPU and CPU, so I can just kind of crank up all of the settings. Dilation width, width of the dilation post-process applied before diffusion. I never remember what that is, so I'll just leave it default. Okay, so here. So this is where we define a high poly mesh. If we don't have a high poly mesh, we just want to bake from the low poly, which is still valid to do. In this case, we're not. We will select and select our high poly. So now this is our high poly FBX we exported here. And here is our cage for that. Is there a way we can, yeah, so we can hide different meshes. And we can set the low poly prefix to none. So so basically our low poly is named normally, and then this one is named high. We did a capital H though. There we go. Match by mesh name. It's a little weird that this is not. I don't know why that's red. I feel like that shouldn't be red. So let's double check this to make sure we didn't do anything weird. That, then unhide this. Okay, so our shape key was applied when we exported this. So let's undo our shape keys because they shouldn't be active. There we go. So that was the issue. So let's re-export our low poly. And then if you want to re-import the base mesh, you can go up to the top here and edit project configuration and then reselect the low poly. There we go. Now we're good. And we can just adjust. So this is our cage front. So this is like the cage that's over top. It just states how far away we want to bake our mesh. The lower, the better generally. It's just, we just don't want it to see any red anywhere. There's a little bit of red here. And I think that's from the frontal. Yeah. So we can just mark that. And our rear distance. We don't really use the rear at all. So we can just kind of leave that as whatever. If it's red and you bake when there's some red, then the red will kind of end up just not doing anything. It'll be flat and it'll stand out. But I think we have everything we need here, so that's good. Ignore backface. Yeah, we're fine with doing that. Average normals is good. We want that relative to bounding box. So that I think it scales it based on how big the mesh is, basically. So that's fine. I don't think that matters too much. Anti-aliasing, we'll set it up all the way. Looks much better with anti-aliasing. And so that's all of our general settings. Let's save this Photoshop file. We'll call this darkness armor.spp. Okay. And here we can now go through and choose which maps we want to bake. So we do want world space normal. We don't need ID. We don't do that at all. Let's see. So we don't use, because all the material code is just one material. So we don't really care about that. Vertex color, file ID, mesh ID, poly group. I don't think we use any of those. We just not worry about that. I mean, occlusion we do want a curvature. We do want position. We do want thickness. Height, opacity, bent normals, we don't need. ID is useful. You can group things by like, again, like, what do you call it? Vertex paint and such. But I usually separate out my UVs well enough where my UV islands are basically what would be used for this, but it depends on what you want to do. I don't personally use it very much, but I'm sure there's some things I could use it with. Okay. That should be all good, and we can bake our textures. Let's hope the stream doesn't die. Oh, this is cool, so you can see all the seams as well. Okay, so here we can show this texture select. Okay, so this is our armor 1, armor 2, and then that. That's nice. Yeah, that's really nice actually. So we can actually view it. Okay. So let's bake and see if the stream dies. I think we are totally fine, so that's good. And it looks like everything's good so far. The key is the separate meshes. Because if we don't have separate meshes, for example, the belt here, when we baked ambient occlusion, it's going to be basically dark all under here because the belt covers it. But since the belt is separate from this, you know, the main kind of cloth piece that she has, it should be fine. Or not. It looks like that did not work. We'll see. I may have messed up somehow. Okay. Yep, now it's baking normals, which looks like it's kind of messing up here, unfortunately, which makes sense, I think, given what it is. So we can adjust that at a later point. It does look like it did bake ambient occlusion here, which I could have sworn that we did it properly, but I could have just misremembered. Stream is dying. Testing. Okay, we're done. Is the stream working fine? I assume so. Okay, we're done. Yeah, okay, it is. YouTube was giving me a weird warning about my audio, so I was worried for a sec. Okay, so now that that's done, we can go back to painting mode, and we can preview our maps. So let's hide our different materials for now, and let's view the armor 1. Yeah, it looks like it did get overridden, so that really sucks. And let's figure out why that is. So what did I do wrong here? maybe the naming convention isn't correct. Common settings, high definition meshes, match by mesh name. Choose which method to use, match low and high resolution geometry. So match always, maybe that's what we want. Let me just do the armor at like 1K quick, and let's try to bake selected again. See if that works. No, I don't think it worked. So let's, maybe it's because I didn't add the low prefix, and it's getting confused. Let's try to do that. Low. And this should work. Because I know I've done it this way before and it was fine. Okay. And then, so we have our low poly. Let's export this again. Darkness armor underscore LP or low. And bake mesh maps. And if anything, we can just separate them out. We can explode it and bake, but we shouldn't need to explode. So let's edit project configuration. Let's reload our armor again. Darkness low. And let's rebake once again. And this time do low. Let's bake. Oh, okay, yeah, this is working. I think. Yeah, this is working. Okay, so it was just the prefix. This is triple checked by going, oh, it's cancel bake. Oh. And check our bake here. Yeah, oh yeah, look at that, much cleaner, nice. And we can like just look at the bodysuit, and then the bodysuit. No, okay, no, it did not. It did not. Why? Why? I thought it did. Is it because I canceled it? No, okay, no, it's still not. Damn. Substance painter, yes. I'm having trouble with getting it to bake properly. Oh wait, is this it? I can't tell. It's going too fast now. Okay, hold on. Put it back up to 4K. Let's see. So when it gets here, we should see. Okay, no, this is baking right. No, this is totally baking right. Okay, so let's cancel this quick. We're gonna select everything and we'll let it bake again. I put up all the settings again and I will be back. I'm gonna get some water and I'll let this bake. So have fun watching the bake. BRB. I am muted. Thank you. I appreciate that. um, anyways, yeah. Basically what I was explaining is if I go back to Blender quick, I decided to explode my mesh outwards because the baking for the mesh names, for whatever reason, is just not cooperating right. So instead, I'm just going to explode this, and I just kind of did it in a way that's easy to know and understand, just one unit off, so nothing's like overlapping with each other. And I just exported 2 FBXs for the high and low poly. We'll go back to Substance, and we can now import our low poly armor here. And this is our exploded. And we can do the same thing for the high poly. If we go to our texture settings, bake meshes, and re-import the high, although I think it already updated. Yeah, it did. Okay, so this should work now. Let's drop it to 2048 and turn on super sampling a bit just to test. And if we just do, you just do all of them, it's fine. It should work much better now. We'll know when we get to armor 2 and this part down here. Yeah, I think that looks much better now. So it is working, finally. Okay, so there we go. We baked. I didn't do the super high res bake. That's fine. Now it should be okay. If we go to like our ambient occlusion, yeah, okay. So now our ambient occlusion looks completely proper now. We still have this little error here. We can deal with that later. That's not a big deal. Everything else looks good. So we finally successfully actually did that. I'm not sure why these are shaded funny like that. That doesn't seem right, but I think it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's because the ambient occlusion. We're not going to worry about it for now. We can always rebake again if we really feel like it, but that shouldn't be a big deal. Okay. So, save. And let's see. What do we want to do? Do I want to sculpt right now or do I not? Let's just, here, let's do something simple. And I always like to do this when I'm kind of getting ready for my project. And this won't matter if we bake later or not. This isn't anything permanent. We can start doing our base colors. So let's go to base color here. So this is for our cloth 2. And I'm going to pull up some images, some reference images I have of darkness and get some colors going. So this is that. We'll call this like just cloth because that's like the biggest cloth piece. We'll call this wrist. And I like to work in a masking workflow, so I don't do a lot of hand painted for the base colors. Or if I do hand painted, I do it through mask. So we can add a black mask. Let's set the color to be the color of her wrist guards. And then for this, I can just do a polyfill on the mesh, or let's do the UV island. And then, yeah, there we go. And then this matches, we can do just like a white cloth. It's cloth, I assume. Grab like the white color, which is an off-white. Clear the mask, and then this will go there, and oh, the camera's a little annoying. There. We do have the edge of this as well, which we can probably just fill in per UV, or per per quad, per face, which is pretty nice. So we can go around and just kind of do this. That's like one reason why I modeled it the way I did, is because I knew I'd most likely be able to just kind of fill in the border. That's why it's nice having some actual proper UVs there. And I think we want this border to be thicker as well. Is it supposed to be that thick? I think so. Well, yeah, we'll just go with it for now. We can change it later. But I'm pretty sure the bottom. No, that's too much. We're gonna get rid of it. We'll leave it as 1 for now. And there we go. Let's see, what else do we have to do for this material? Wrist guards are good. All right, the belt. So belt, let's do a dark cloth or leather or whatever it is. I don't know. And clear this mask, and then you can do mesh fill for this. And that's all the same color. Colors look a little bit different compared to what I just copied. That doesn't seem right. Interesting. Let's do this ourselves. Whatever. We'll leave it for now. So these, I believe this was on the white for this part. And then this was the darker orange. Yeah, color. That seems right. Let me double check the reference. Yep. So that's good. Let's see what else we have. Is that everything? No, we have this front piece here. This is the same yellow color. We just, yeah, and even this color is a little bit different too. All right, whatever. We can adjust the colors later. And our white for the border again. Oh, let's go to polygon fill. And do this. This is what's really nice about Substance Painter. It kind of just does a lot of this work for me. It saves me a lot of time. Because I would not want to do this by hand. It's very annoying. Not too bad, but much better than, doing it by hand. I'm not sure what's going on with this here. That's a little weird looking. Why is that? It's like that line is like thicker than the rest. I don't know why. Let me check in Blender really fast. Hold up. That was over here. I have no clue. I don't see it in Blender. So I assume it's just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's this one. Nothing weird about it, so I guess we're fine. Anyways, and why is this one randomly triangulated? What? Okay, whatever. Was there anything else on that piece that we're missing? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're fine. So there's that. And let's just copy all these colors because we'll probably need quite a few of them. And go to the next one. So let's go to armor 1. In armor 1, we can see, what do we want first? Let's just do the white. Here, let's clear the mask and go to our mesh. Our UV fill. Nice. Fill that as well. Is the inside also white? I think so. Let's do that. And then, so the borders are this lighter, so we'll call this like yellow. They're both kind of yellowish. Let's call this orange, just so we know which material it is. We'll call this yellow armor, just to be explicit, so we don't get it confused. Because we know it's like an actual like armor, like metallic. So we have a black mask on this, and this will be UV fill. The here and here, the back, and then below. You get a good image. Okay, so this border is the yellow, but clear mask. This lower is the orange, and this is orange. I think that's correct. Let me keep looking at our reference. Yeah. I think that's correct. Looks like that. Yep. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's good. Let's color this the yellow for now. Actually, this is being very weird. I wonder, is this duplicated on accident? It is. Or no, maybe not. No, it's not. What does the UV for it look like? It's not unwrapped properly, I think. Oh, very strange. Huh. Yeah, that little bit is messed up for some reason. I can fix it really fast. And unwrap. And the unwrap is still fucked. Okay. I don't know what's going on with this piece. We'll worry about it later. It's being weird. Okay. So that's that. We have the underskirt here. We'll just texture that for now. So we have the actual, although, okay, so her boots are like a silver, right? They're like gray. Oh no, are they white? Oh, they're kind of white actually. Are they? No, they're like there's a light gray. See, they always kind of draw it slightly different. It's so hard to tell. It's been a while since you used Substance Painter. What do you usually use for your stuff? Taku? Taka? Yeah, okay. The boots are just light gray. They're different color than the armor. Black mask. And we will pick these and these and these. And the white will be this. Nice. White will also be that. For why we wanted to do everything in Blender. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people like that. I get wanting to do everything in Blender because it's like, oh, I can just do it all in one program. Yeah, Blender's image editor is just garbage. Like, there's no reason to use Blender right now only, unless like your workflow is just really simple. There's some add-ons that kind of help, but it's just not. It's still so much better to use at least an image editor. I do a lot of baking and other things besides just base color. So that's why I like to use Substance. If I just did base color, I'd probably just use Photoshop. Okay. So that's our base color for that. This white color, should we just make it fully white instead? Just about fully white, yeah. Nice. I like having the gray be a slightly red, some slight red in it. Makes it look a lot more interesting. Okay, and then the last is the bodysuit, which we don't need to carry any other colors because it's just one color. It's going to be the gray. That is a very light gray. Maybe a little bit of blue in it would be good. It's very hard to decide how dark you want something like this to be. Because it's drawn so light. That's crazy how different that is. I'm like color picking it. It's literally coming out as purple, which is very strange. I should do like an average value. For now, we'll just do like this color. Because we'll want different ones. Kind of why I'm looking for alternative programs to Substance to see once more, to see ones with better hand painting tools. Yeah. It's really funny that Substance doesn't have just like a few things that would make it so much better. But I guess maybe just use cases for like specifically the kind of stuff that you'd like to do isn't popular and it's kind of in the commercial setting, which is where they make their money. So if the commercial use for it isn't what the consumer uses, the non-paying consumer uses, at least as much paying, then they probably don't care as much. Okay, so what can we do with the bodysuit? Well, we can just start with some really basic procedural texturing, because again, free, basically. Let me do that. Let's go to, let's see what I want. I want a mask editor, and let's do our world space normal. Let's invert that. Actually, here, let's make a folder and call this Actually, no, we don't need a folder because it's just one material. We'll set this to multiply. I'll just give it a little bit of shading all over first, just to start with. And it's super light. And we'll go through and hand paint over all of this, but like just having a little bit of something makes a huge difference. Okay. And we can do something similar. So we can call this base color and call this WSN for world space normal, because that's what we're using for it. Let's go to armor 2. We won't do that for this. This is gonna be a little bit different. But we can try it, I guess. We can call this normal cloth base color. And then here we can do this. Let's invert that. Maybe no. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. I want this as a color and then I make a black mask with the generator on it. That's what I need to be doing. It didn't matter with the bodysuit since it's black and white anyways. World space normal opacity. There we go. And why is this not doing anything? Oh, it is. It's just very subtle. There we go. Stupid substance mouse. Let's kind of mess with this just to see what we can get for free. I don't think it's going to look very good, so we're not going to bother with this. But we can change the type to be like a curvature instead and check that out. Obviously going to be way too strong. Yeah, and we're not going to be able to use any of this. It's not really going to be that helpful. I'd rather just paint it by hand. But it's nice to mess with. Sometimes you'll find something that's pretty nice. Like that's kind of nice, to be honest. Very subtle, but just like a nice subtle difference. Just add something, break it up. Yeah, we'll leave that. Why not? Okay, let's do the orange for the wrist. Let's make a folder, call this wrist. So base color. And then do the same thing here where we can mess with some of the values. For this, though, I think this actually might work well with curvature. Yeah, so you invert that. We have some curvature. And why is that affecting this? What? Oh, because the mask, I see. So let's copy the mask and paste it into the actual folder. And how do we paste into mask? There we go. We can remove the mask from here. We can do the same thing with this. We can, oh no, we didn't have a mask for that. Okay, cool. Again, probably just hand paint this to be honest, but we'll leave it for now. What else can we do? Let's see. I guess it's good for this. Yeah, I have curiosity. How does this look when we... So this is the thing that like I see people do, which always looks bad, is you do not want to slap ambient occlusion on everything because of this reason. And if I go and copy mask and I make a folder, paste into mask, clear, or no, remove, yeah. So if we want to add ambient occlusion, we can do this and then search for ambient occlusion for this piece here. And first of all, AO does not bake well when it's like this. And if you just blur it and do weird stuff with it, it's just not going to work. That's what is like hard about hair too, because hair is basically going to be the same setup as this. I'm just going to have to end up doing it all by hand, which is fine. But just how it's going to be. Yeah. What I could do actually, I wonder, is something like this. And then have this be pure white. I could color the tips instead. And change my projection mode. And this will honestly look much better when we just have some dynamic shading on it instead of just being solid color. And I think the shading will carry a lot of this, but just to give it a little bit of character, we can do something like this to at least break it up. we're just leave that for now. But just so I can like try more later. Yeah, because now we can actually see and like there's some definition at least, so that's a start. Okay. I don't like the color for the cloth. We're gonna get rid of the stupid world space normal and work on a better color for this. And we can't see the color menu. This makes this brighter. Yeah, much better. I think the colors are just gonna, I'm just gonna make the colors brighter by default because it is not looking that great. Okay. So, see, I guess we can separate out the belt little loops here. Not loops, buttons, whatever they are, I don't know. Yeah, these here, so that's again, let's just, well, we can just remove the mask. It's easy enough to make. To do that, that there, add black mask, all of these. And then here, we'll make another one and make this darker, I guess. And then this will just be these buttons here. Now we can see them. Cool. Is there anything else? Let's see, base color wise, I think we're good there. Let's go to the first one and do some more stuff. So again, let's go and make our colors more vibrant because they look bad. You can always adjust them later. The metal's fine the way it is, of course. Okay. Cool. So that's like everything, technically, for the armor. And we can have some fun. We can export our textures now. And I have an output template. You can't see it. I wonder if I can switch to it. Can I switch to it? Export textures. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you can see this. So I have an export template, which I've made called Unity Tune. The basic one is just texture and normal. Which, do we want any others right now? I think texture normal is fine. They're both 8 bits, so they're not going to be huge. By default, normals are like 16 bit, which is a lot. So yeah, we don't want that. But I do think we want normal to be DirectX, actually. Yeah. And we can export this, I believe, now, right? Yeah, just those two. So for all of these, we can set our template as Unity Tune and change our export path to be darkness, substance, then export. And we can export those. So now we can go back into Blender. And here, we can load in our textures. So we can do it really basic. We can just go to shader editor and let's see if we import our new node group as Cas. Let's see. Tune. Huh, do we not have it in the project anymore? I guess we weren't using it, so we got rid of it. All right, let's go to File, Append, and let's go to our, maybe this one, and then Node Tree, Cast in V2. Okay, there we go. Now we have Cast in V2 back, Results, Surface. And we can hook up our main color to be our darkness image here. So let's go darkness, substance export. And this is our armor 1. So we can set this to armor 1 color, which we are not seeing at all. Oh, because we don't have a light, maybe. Yeah, there we go. And we're still working on this. So now what we can do is go and, or no, actually, no, we only need one of those. We can go here to a mix and do mix. Is our shadow, and we can actually do multiply instead. We can multiply just by a darker color. So like that. I think there's shadow color 2. Oh, border. Okay, so that's our border color. So we have another multiply here that does the same thing, except this is our border color, which can be lighter if we want it to, or we just have no border color, which I think is fine. So we have our colors there, and then our rim light we can just keep as like a white for now. And rim light color 2, this is our darker color when it's in shadow. We can just set this to also be, I mean, we could set it to white if we wanted to, but that wouldn't look right. Instead of select the shadow. No. Yeah, we'll set this to like a darker color or something for now. We can even take a slight blue. Might look good against the white. Okay. And then our specular we can leave on there, I guess. Or just leave it off. Specular color will be just the texture color. There we go. Cool. So, actually no, we can do multiply, mix, multiply. This will be our specular color. And it will just be our color. So now what is that? Okay, cool. There's one, and let's copy this for the other materials. So there's our first material, armor 2, we can delete that. Select that, and then here we can switch this to be armor 2. And set to use the shader. Let's hide our high poly for now, and then our last one here, do the same thing. And our bodysuit. There we go. So now we have, if we go to flat texture, we have all of our textures in here. Woo! So let me think. I'll make a new save. Save as. We'll call this darkness. Let's see, we're on 5. We'll call this darkness 6. And then we're just gonna pull all these back to the center. And this is mostly just for viewing purposes. When we bake, we'll still want it to be exploded, and that's why I had to save this one, because we won't do anything that we want to keep on here, or changes we want to keep, most likely. Oh yeah, we never painted the bow. We can hide the feet and the there. Let's texture the bow quick. Where's the bow? Armor 2. Hmm. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay. So, sorry about that. I had an appointment to go to later today, and I just decided to put it off until tomorrow. I was figuring that out. Um, okay. Yeah, so we're the bow, which I think was on the bodysuit actually. Yeah, that's why I missed it. Stupid substance painter. Okay. Let's color the bow. Bow. And it's red. It's red. Call this bow and call this base color. And do we want to do anything else with it right now? So like something I could do is do this. Like the way I like to texture a lot of my stuff right now, and it'll probably change a lot because I'm not super good at texturing, but I have like a 3-phase process. Base color, phase 1. Phase 2 is, well, phase 2 and 3 can come at either point or both same time, which is basically a specular, so like a lighter color, and then the shading and like the darker color. And you can do, and of course, like, if you're good artists, you do multiple shades and all these things. But as like a starting point for me, that's why I was trying to consider is just like specular for things that are kind of out and exposed to the light, facing it like this, basically. And then, the opposite of that. So this is our high, then our low is going to be the same thing, except it's going to be on a multiply layer mask. This would be, for example, like on let's change our brush settings here to be UV and texture. So this is the inside of our bow looks like, which is good. That's too dark, so we can just darken it a bit. Okay, that's good enough for now. So now we can export textures again. And now in Blender, if we reload, there we go. Cool. Look at that. She's textured in base color and nothing else. But it's a start. Okay, so very nice. We have the start of our model. And I'll off stream I'll worry about baking like the high res and stuff. It doesn't take that long, but I'll just do it off stream because, whatever. So let's take this slow and think about how we want to continue to approach this. The materials are going to be really, sorry, I'm not speaking clear. The materials are going to be interesting because I'm not sure how I actually want to render this yet. It could be, I could just do full base color and that would honestly not look too bad, but I like dynamic lighting. I don't want to do PBR. I don't want to like make the armor fully metallic. Because it's not really like that. It's kind of like the armor kind of reminds me of like, obviously it's not porcelain, but it reminds me of like a porcelain material where it has smoothness, but it's not necessarily, okay, it's either that or it's a metal with white paint. And I think actually metal with white paint makes more sense to me. Obviously, you don't see it rubbed off or anything in the show, but just in terms of like the material type that we're trying to replicate through our textures, I think like a painted metal would be the best. And if we look up an example of like white painted metal, I'm just curious what we're going to get back. Because like, yeah, if it was more like porcelain or like shiny, it would look like stormtrooper armor, but it's not. It's not very shiny at all. Her boots are actual metal, and they kind of have more reflection on them. But her actual armor is fairly like matte, not super matte, but just not shiny, which is weird. I'm really not sure what the armor is going to be. And I guess we could just kind of fake the material to look like it. Um, yeah. So let's look at this little thing here. So for some reason, this was all fucked up. And I think it's better now if I unwrap this. What does the UV map look like? It is all over the place. Okay. That is very strange. Why is it all over the place? It shouldn't be. It looks like it's not anything weird. Oh, it has a face on the bottom. That's why. Now if we unwrap it, it's fine. Okay, cool. That was the issue. So if we do this and then select armor 1, we can select this piece. And where do we want to put this? I'm going to put this here. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Hi, Unix. Okay. Or I guess we could just put it back down there for now. Oh, no. We'll leave it. So we have that. And actually here, let's go back to our other save. Where we actually exploded it, and then we're going to do that there. So I'm going to get rid of the back face. Unwrap this again. UV editor, we're going to select everything in armor 1. Select this piece here. And position this back down. There. And now, what is this piece? What is that piece? What the heck? Oh. That's fine. No one's gonna see that. You guys. Okay. So yes, now this is fine. We can get rid of the light and export this again. Substance, darkness armor low. Export. And if we go back into substance and project configuration, darkness low. Where is everything? There it is. Yep, now we have proper UVs on this again. Wonderful. Okay. So I guess this is a matter of just touching this here and there. Or do we want to do high poly now? Let's mess with this. Let's mess with the inner skirt. Let's get rid of the mask. Add one to here. And let's see what we can do. Let's add, let's try some ambient occlusion. So we will go and think that's it. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Not much for that. All right, let's maybe do black mask. Let's do a generator. Let's try a curvature map. Curvature is always a little weird. Never quite does. It's close, but never quite is what I want. But we probably shouldn't mess with this because this is something we want to sculpt, isn't it? All right, I guess we just have to sculpt. I don't want to sculpt, but we'll do it. So, okay, hide that. Show up our high poly and let's go to matte cap, object, close this out, and let's get started. Okay. Do we want to save? We want to save this, so we'll call it save as 7. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So let's go and why is this armor 002? I don't know. Sculpt mode, and we will just have some fun with this. Let's hide everything else first. And you can see my awful sculpting techniques where I just use a mouse. Even though I literally have a screen tablet as my third monitor, but I just don't like using it. I'm sorry, sue me. It's bad. I don't like it. I want to get like a hand one, like a smaller one that I can use with my main monitor instead. Because this one's just so annoying to use. Well, it's partially my desk setup, I think, is the issue because it's really inconvenient to use it. So I think if I get a better desk, then that'll help. Why? Okay, no, so right here, multi-res, right? We're going to use the multi-res on this, aren't we? Oh, no. No, we're not. Because we already have them as separate meshes. Optimal, if that's what we want. There we go. So that's much better. Now we can sculpt on this a bit. So that's going in. Okay, that's going in. Is that not doing anything? Oh, there we go. This is on the wrong setting. Ah, Blender froze. Okay. And we can kind of go crazy on this, to be honest. So we're just doing normals. We can always fix it in Substance. So because of that, I'm going to go a little crazy on this and see if we can do something with it. That's in. So let's go out. Oh, and we're not on mirror. All right, I gotta undo everything again. Okay, so mirror. There we go. My blender's struggling. Okay. Probably because we have Substance open and I'm streaming at the same time. Okay, so pull this out. No, pull this in. And then, so that's good. And then pull this in. Toasty GPU hours, yeah. What is it? Let's see, what is it doing actually? Let's see. I'm sculpting. Oh yeah, my GPU and CPU. They're both above 50% right now. If I switch modes, what spikes it? Yeah, that's my CPU jumps to 100%. I probably had a little bit too many polygons. It's fine. Setting undo steps to 256 for them. Big mistake. It's true. I always have my undo steps up really high. It's so worth it. It saved me so many times. All right, I guess I'll start with accentuating everything a little bit. So this, and we'll do this. Yeah, and like this isn't much, but I don't know. I think it helps a lot. Just doing this a little bit. Gives it some more character. Yeah, we're having this weird section in the middle. Heart lock it, undo my beloved. Yeah, this looks really bad. All right, undo it all. Undo it all. It's bad. All right, back at it again. From the top. From the top. You want big, long strokes. Okay, kitty. Maybe I do need my tablet for this kind of sculpting. I just really don't want to right now. I will next stream. If I plan to use my tablet, I can use it. I just don't want to get it out. It's a little bit better. Carl, be quiet. I don't want to hear you when I'm sculpting. Get out of here. Go. Shoo. I don't want you judging me. You sculptor. You artist. 2D artist. Get out of my sight. I don't want to hear it. I'm not self-conscious. You're self-conscious. Go. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's just like every time I've used my tablet, it's just never been worth it. And it's always just been an awful experience. So I just have like PTSD from trying to do it because I've just failed every time. Okay, what else can we do? What else can we do? I don't want to get hung up on this. We don't need much for any of this stuff. I guess we could try the bodysuit. Yeah, obviously. I'm not going to try to learn new skills on this project. I've dying. That's been the whole point of this project, is just to get something out and fast. That's always been the point of it. So, yeah, I'm not going to sacrifice too much of my time to do something like that. Why? Oh. Hello? What? Okay. I've been on this mod for almost 5 months. Yeah. What is it like? It's like not fun, but also relieving because you're not stuck ever. Because you can just be like, well, this was a failure. Moving on. It's nice. Oh. Change that. There we go. A little bit better. Um, I love modeling if I was later. It's not done. That's my favorite. Yep. My approach ever since I started was just like I just want to make things and I don't want to get stuck because I'd rather I don't know. It's good to sit and spend time learning, but at a certain point it's like detrimental because if you're not ever finishing projects, then it's like, well, like finishing gives you a lot of experience, not just, you know, learning certain concepts and I don't know. At this point though, like I'm at the point where it's good for me to sit and learn things properly because I'm not a beginner anymore. So obviously I do spend a lot of time doing that. Just on stream, it's not really something I want to do. There Yeah, this is not turning out at all. I may just do this on my own time. Honestly, because it'll take me a while and it's hard doing on stream. We'll see. Oh yeah, I never merged this together, did I? That's whatever. I should have done that. It's mostly been wanting to do this one like to the best of your ability and having to polish existing skills. Yeah, it's good. And if you don't, if you don't have a reason not to, then it's good too. For me, I need to make money. Wow, that was weird. My entire computer froze. Hmm. Anyways, I think that was my GPU crashing. Right, well, enough of that. Enough of that. We can look at the hair. Yeah. Um, oh yeah, let's import the body and the hair into its own substance painter projects as well. Um, to do that, we can do this and that and get rid of the shape keys. I think we'll do the same thing where we will explode the mesh a bit. There we go. That should be fine. And it should be all UV unwrapped too, so we are good. Let's just export this as darkness low. Oh, we're not even doing high poly, I guess, but on this, at least not right now, we're not. Let's make a new, all right, let's first save this project. Let's actually just finish our thought here as well. So we were trying to do this. Yeah. I guess we can like add a filter to it and stuff. No, not to you, to you. Okay, cool. Filter added. Let's export textures since we don't need to do anything right now. And then make a new substance project. Let me switch to substance now. File new, and we're going to do the same thing here. 4K. Select the file, which is darkness low. And create file. There we are. And we'll just go and bake all of the normal stuff we have. No ID map for all of these though. And then the normal common settings are going to be 4K. Match. We don't need to bake eyes either. Mesh name high poly and use low poly as high poly. And I think that's good. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back. Okay. So it's all baked. And my leg is falling asleep for some reason. That's not good. It's because I was sitting at the edge of my seat. I'm so excited to texture and sculpt. Okay. Return to painting mode. We won't really use much to bake, especially for the hair. But for the body, we can start. So for the body, we can just go to base color and we can throw on the, we'll fill this as body base color. Baking seems dangerous while streaming. Well, my 4090 begs to differ. Ha 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 ha. No, it still is a little dangerous, but it's fine. Grab a skin color. Let's do some basic AO stuff for now. And I'll show you what I do with this, which is a little lag pose good, yeah. so I do a mask, and then I select the mask to be the AO, then this to be that color, but usually I do like a reddish orange tint. Oh right, no, it doesn't like me doing that with the mask. If I clear the mask, or get rid of the mask, and do a fill, then I do ambient occlusion. Oh no, what do I do again? I don't remember. I do AO. Okay, I have AO on this, and then I do a fill layer on top of that, which I set to multiply. Then do the darker color. No, I set to screen. Yeah. No, that's not right. Set this to multiply. There we go. A little more on the red side. And like that for now. It's fine. Then we can do a black mask or a white mask for the AO. And we can get rid of most of it, to be honest. Demonize, yep. There is no mask. Add white mask. There we go. So like, we don't want any AO on the face. What the heck is going on? Why, huh? Huh? Why are you, what? Okay. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to, oh, I think I see. I'm going to cheat and just do a folder with a mask because it's acting weird. Oh, it's still acting weird. Oh, because I'm painting. I'm painting with that. Oh, that's why. Okay. There we go. Much better. Get rid of this stupid border here by the ear. All right. So, oh yeah. So something I usually do with ambient occlusion is make it very subtle. So I want to like increase the minimum to like this. I'll throw in a tiny blur. Just to get rid of any weird aliasing. And then, yeah, then we're going to go through again and get rid of a lot of this. So we don't want this. We don't want this in here. All of this is gone. Oh, let's turn on tangent wrap again so it goes over top of the seams. So anything that looks kind of weird, I just clean up and get rid of, and I'll do the rest by hand. But it does a little bit for me, which is not bad. Okay. Hands. Okay. Playing B-hop theme. B-hop theme. You're right, there is no music in the background. Man, I went through this entire stream without playing any music. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that. Too late now. I'm gonna be done soon anyways. That is crazy. I did not realize that. Wow. Okay. Good enough for now. For the eyes, we're just going to do like a solid color for now. I'm just going to set this to like a dark color. Gee, her eyes have like a blue. It's interesting. Like a dark with like a blue hint, which actually looks kind of nice. Something like that almost, yeah. And her eyebrows are blonde. Well, what's the correct blonde color? That's not too bad. Good enough. Okay. So let's save this. Oh, I haven't saved it at all yet. Darkness. Okay. It's very yellow. Whatever. So let's go to our hair and do the same. So we're going to make our base color. So let's call this hair base color. Remove mask. Base color. And we're not even going to bother doing AO on this because it's not going to work. What I can do is have a little fun, and we can make a black mask. And on the black mask, we can put a generator. And we can do a world space gradient. A position space gradient. Which doesn't seem to be doing what I want. I think it is. There we go. Contrast and then balance. That is definitely not doing what I want. What the heck? Why is that doing that? The UVs are there. We have our position gradient. Why is that messing up? It's doing it fine for the front hair. Like, this is what it should be doing. See that? So why is it not doing it for the... Oh, wait. Did we not unwrap this correctly? No, we should have. Oh. We didn't. Huh? Oh, wait. We did unwrap it all except these strands. If we hide those strands, then it's all okay. Okay. So we didn't unwrap these strands. That's a problem. Not a big problem, though. We're fine. So let's unwrap and find a place for them. I think along the top will do nice. Let's just try to fit as much as we can. 1, 2, and let's see, 1 and 2. There we go. Nice. So we still had space. That's good. Nothing else looks off either, which is good. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna select all these and re-export. And edit project configuration. We're going to import our new version, hit OK. And bake our maps again and just do the hair. And we don't even care about ambient occlusion. We don't care about curvature. We care about position. We don't care about thickness. We'll keep the world space normal. And we're not going to worry about normal either. Oh, and it's doing all of them anyways because I disabled the wrong ones. Great. There we go. Now we have it. Now that we have the position gradient, we can do something cool, which is if we invert this, we can decrease the contrast to make it a smoother gradient and set this to be a different color. We can set this color to be more orange, like in the show. Like that. And the cool thing is we can also do this to other parts. So we'll call this the ponytail, because this is adjusted to fit in the ponytail. And we'll have a black mask just for the ponytail. And we'll also have the black mask for this as well. These should also have it, which I think they do now. Yep, cool. Now we can do the same for the like front hair, and we can give a little bit of a gradient to the front hair as well. Let's go over to here and adjust it. So first we'll set the contrast all the way up. and find its, oh wait, first we gotta clear and then like this. And now we can adjust it to be around here, I guess. Contrast. There we go. We also have some for the front hair. So we can go up a little bit more too. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's see if we can rotate the gradient slightly so we get some of the front hair. Front to back. Is this what I want? Yeah, we want the opposite. How do we get the opposite? Oh, top to bottom inverse. Invert. Front to back invert. There we go. So now on the balance, it should, yeah, now it's kind of pointed that way. We'll rotate a bit more. Increase the balance. There we go. Now when we blur it, it'll actually kind of clip some of the front hair more. There we go. Not bad. All right, have a good night, or not night, but evening, Unix. Let's do the hair ties. So far lines up with high texture things in Blender. Yeah. Substance does everything that Blender does, in my opinion, just better. But it doesn't do everything that Photoshop or some like image editors do. So I think if you just want to do a purely Blender workflow, then I think Substance has pretty much every benefit over it, as far as at least I am aware from my workflow. Of course, there could be some things. Let's see. So what else do I have? Why is that grayed out? Oh, there. Okay. Well, let's just call that good for now. Let's export this as well. Let's do Unity. Tune. It's fine. And export this to darkness. And now in Blender, let's import these materials as well. Flat, texture. We'd have to do it more. Texturing, yeah, don't texturing is my weak side too. That is always the thing I've struggled the most with. I don't count sculpting because it's not like needed. Is this kind of like an extra thing I like to do with my workflow to help make it look a little bit better, but it's not needed. But yeah, texturing has always been something I struggle a lot with. There's that, and then there's that. Wait, what? Why is that not updating the color? That's weird. Oh, that's why. Okay. Whoops. Then what? This part, yeah. We have these, which honestly, we can just, oh, whatever. We'll just do this quick. There we go. Cool. Now we have these as well. We want to really quick just see how it looks all together. We can just combine this all back in. Backspace when hovering over numbers sets them to 0. Very good. Little extra hotkey, and nice. Look at that. It is coming together. Very basic textures, but something. Outlines help a lot. We turn off the outlines, it's not gonna look as nice. Let's see. Dang, yeah. Actually, no, it's basically the same. Yeah. Looks good, looks good. Yeah, I think we'll call it here because yeah, been streaming for how long now? Let's see, 2 hours 15 minutes. Not bad. Got some good stuff done. I might work a bit on this on my own, and just for as a heads up, gradients are nice. Yeah, exactly. Gradients help a lot. I'll be gone from Tuesday to Saturday next week. I'm flying to Colorado, so I will be gone. So I basically there will be like no streams next week, which sucks. And I didn't think I'd be going that long. It was supposed to be 3 days, but now I'm gone for like 5 days. But whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, hopefully I can just get back into streaming this when I'm back though. Hopefully there's no complications. Something else we can do for a gradient is do a gradient from like basically here to there, right? So have a darker and go lighter here. And such. So all right. Thank you guys for joining in once again. I'm going to go and eat food, I think. Something. We'll figure it out. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.